Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today my name is Lovette, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about basically things abroad you should know during visa interview and how to navigate life abroad. I know you want to travel abroad, right? And most of us also are already on our visa application, or probably you have gone for interview. Congrats. And the next thing is you want to travel. So I want to give you some tips that are going to help you as an immigrant myself, be it UK, Canada, or Australia. Anywhere you are going, as long as you're an immigrant, you need some things to also learn. For those who are seeing me for the first time, guess what? I also post online jobs that you can do from the comfort of your home. You know, when you come abroad, we always thought that, oh, things are going to be just easy. No, when you come abroad, things are not going to be exactly perfect as you have planned. They're a little bit twist and turn, which is still okay. And it may take some people a longer time to achieve those goals. Before you come abroad, we all have expectations, but when you come and see the realities of this, wow, you ask yourself, what is the next step? So these are one of the things I'll be talking about. Feel free to share this video and feel free to comment. For those who don't know, I have an account on Facebook with Love Ono Jaime and also on TikTok. So please be nice, kindly follow me, then kindly share this video. Number one thing we're going to talk about today is before you travel abroad. Before you travel abroad, especially as an immigrant like me, number one thing you should know is that where are you going to? Okay, this country you are going to. Where in this country? Every state is not the same. Likewise in Europe, likewise in America, every state is not the same. In this particular place I am right now, where are things bought very cheap? In this particular place I am right now, where is housing a little bit affordable? Because regardless of where you work, housing, which is your rent, is an important part of your expenses. And if you don't live in a place where there is moderate in house rent or rent, you're gonna be spending so much of what you are earning on your rent. So also understand that one, where in this state am I going? For instance, California is very expensive. Yes, California has a lot of good jobs. In fact, they pay well. I know you must have heard about California, but guess what? The cost of living is very high. Even as you are making the money, you are spending it. So it is hard to save as a family if you are in California. So, especially for immigrants, the another place that is expensive is New York. New York is also expensive. So, some people say, oh, then what else do I need to know? You also need to know the natural disaster that happens in such places. For instance, you are going to Florida. You know, Florida has natural disaster, right? Some of these states, they have hurricane. Some of them, they have storms. You get it? So you need to ask yourself, how is this place like? You know, how is this place like? Is it a place that have experienced natural disaster for the past 6 years, for the past 10 years? You don't want to buy a house in a place and the next month or the next year or the next 2 years when you've not even paid the mortgage to anywhere they say, oh, hurricane is coming and everything got destroyed. So it is important that people who are going to move into a certain place or location, they should first of all inquire, how is this area? For instance, Arizona. I live in Arizona. Arizona is very hot. It's close to the desert. It's very hot. It has a lot of mountains. So it's a very hot place. But disasters like storm, volcano, hurricane, they are not here. So some people are not used to high temperature, like they cannot withstand heat. Arizona can be very hot. So this is one of the things I always tell people, that if you are going to be in a state, make sure you be in a state that, one, not just affordable, two, the housing is cheap compared to other places, three, there is no history of natural disaster, because you can never tell when such incident will happen. And when they usually happen, they don't give you like a month or years notice, they give you days notice. I know you've watched in TV where you see a lot of people packing, you know, they are evacuating, flood everywhere. You know, the rescue teams, search teams are searching for people. This is because natural disaster can happen at any time, but they are mostly common in certain places. Then next, I want to tell you that when you relocate abroad, it is important that you understand the little beginning. Sometimes you may be a bank manager. Okay, maybe you're a bank manager in your place, but or in your country, or probably you have a good job that you have been doing in your country, but along the line, guess what happened? You file for visa and you left the country. So when you come here, you can start as a clerk, as a cleaner, as an office person. Okay, you can even start a healthcare profession. Be open for options. Don't say, oh, I don't see myself going below. In this place, we work to pay bills. Nobody cares. As long as your job is legal, you are working, nobody's going to laugh at you because everybody needs money to pay the bills. The bills don't wait. Then next, when you come abroad, try to minimize usage of electricity. Electricity, especially during the summer, the bills can go way to the roof. Oh dear. If you want a situation whereby you limit your expenses on electricity bills and utility bills, management has to come in place. If you are not using the light in a room, don't turn it on. Okay? And when you are when you are home, especially during the day, when the sun is up, you can open the windows instead of on the light. Open the windows, let the light come in. It's a way to save extra money instead of electricity burning. It's very, very expensive for electricity. Come in. Then next, we want to talk about those who have kids. If you have kids before leaving your country, or you are among those that want to have kids when you come, it is important that you learn how to make hair. Why will I learn how to make hair? Some people ask. To make hair is very expensive here abroad, especially hairs of kids and adults. The lowest amount you're gonna see is $100, £100. That is the least store you're gonna get to make hair in 2024. So what do I advocate for? I advocate for we African women learning how to make simple hair. You can even decide to cut your hair or face weave it by yourself and be wearing wigs. It's also an opportunity for you to save extra money. Think about it. After you close from work, stressed and tired, you will still look for your day off to go make hair. Why? When you can make your own hair by yourself. Wearing of wigs, you can also weave your hair or you can cut your hair. For the men, it is important that you learn how to cut your son's hair. Why? Cutting of hair will cost nothing less than $20 or €20. And you also have to sit down the time to be with the child in the salon. So why do I advocate for all this? These are majors that women can save so much instead of spending so much when we come abroad. As an immigrant, most of us don't have help. We don't have friends here, and besides, everybody is hustling. So if you have any little thing you can do to reduce your expenses, please do it. Please do it. I advocate for women to do it. Then next, your husband, because of job abroad, husbands and wives, they don't really spend much time together. Yes, and when you don't spend much time together, as years unfold, the marriage tends to have a little bit, just like wear and tear. So create time for yourself. Money will always come, money issue will always be there, but if you have a family to protect, the husband and the wife, which are the parents of the home, they are the foundation to raise a child. And once the home is already having a crack, the child moral, emotional, and academic well-being will be affected because the child look up to the mother, look up to the father for day-to-day learning, for day-to-day insight and morals. So a parent coming together to discipline a child is also one of the key factors that I want to talk about in this video, because when people come abroad and all these children realize how powerful the system has made them to be, that you can even misbehave without being flogged, they tend to go over the road. So as parents, we should talk together to our kids. When kids usually listen more when both parents are in one voice. So parents should be with one voice to discipline children. One voice. One voice as a family, as a household can really make a huge difference in the life of the child, in terms of academics, in terms of emotional, in terms of moral upbringing, and much spiritual support. Then parents who wants to relocate abroad with their children, maybe they already have children abroad, it is important that the children education, like you can go to the school, have their transcript, all their result for each gen typed out. You can also go to this hospital where you deliver, they have all their records that they, when you deliver them, immunization record, because these are important things that you're going to need, especially children that are less than 10 years old. Then for those who could just come abroad, how do I navigate the system? Well, one of the things that can really make you navigate the system is ability for you to drive. Driving here abroad, be it Canada or USA, is quite really different. I can tell you for truth. Driving abroad, the roads are more complex, they have a lot of signs, and they have a lot of rules. It's not something you cannot do. Other people have done it. So what I advocate people to do, ensure that number one, you Google driving schools near you. Some people went to driving schools. Some people are going to be taught by their husband, their brothers, or friends. So whatever works for you. Then you can also go to YouTube and watch how they do driving tests. You can say driving tests in UK, driving tests in Canada. Watch different videos, because the people who are going to be asking you this question, or your supervisor during the driving class, they are going to do something similar to what you are going to watch on YouTube. So ensure that you are watching that video daily, consistently. You can look for the best place to learn how to drive is a parking lot. A parking lot, you can go to a restaurant or a supermarket that have a lot of parking lot. You can drive there. Yes, you can drive around. The fear is always there at the beginning. Then one thing that makes a lot of people get tickets when they come abroad is the stop sign. When they stop, they don't stop completely. They don't stop completely. They stop by the side. They stop. They just put their leg on the brake without completely stopping. If you don't completely come to a stop at a stop sign and an accident happens, you are always going to get a ticket, even if the other person is drunk, because the stop sign is one of the most important sign of the road that gives people ticket. The stop sign. Then two, running over a red light. If a light is going to show yellow and you are not in the middle of the road, please don't just cross. Wait till it turn red and wait. Sometimes the time you are going to use to wait is safer for you, because when a sign turn yellow as you hit someone or it turn red, you are always going to get a ticket. Yes. And for those who are going to be coming from Nigeria, African countries like Cameroon, Tanzania, Europe, know this. Your African clothes are one of the best things you have. Don't let go of them. You need African clothes. African clothes are very expensive. Yes, you heard me right. African clothes are very expensive here. So wear your clothes from time to time. It does not mean that you have to wear them every day. But if you wear them from time to time, it can give you that sense of belonging too. And when you go to parties, African parties, yeah, you also wear them, and you don't just stray away them. They are good for you. So for those who are going to be watching this video, thank you for sharing it. I really appreciate you. I go live every Sunday. If you are interested, I will pick other topics. Let me know the topic you want us to discuss. We're going to talk about careers abroad. We're going to talk about marriage in details abroad, like what kind of visa do people file for, what kind of job can I do? Is it job people can do when they come abroad? That way, this video can also help others that are following you or your friends or family. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. Bye for now.